Holiday travel, fiestas, safety, scams, and a tour of Mango Avenue. Come along on this trip. We're walking up Ramos Street in uptown Cebu City, Cebu, the Philippines. Rainy day was I don't know, about a week ago, I think. Diplomat Hotel there. Some of you have stayed there. I think they're still closed. They have a couple people staying there or groups staying there, but the hotel itself is actually closed. Building just to the left here is a brand new condominium and/or apartments. Not sure. Don't think they're renting yet. And little tricky, I tell you. You want to wear good shoes, especially if it's raining, that have good grip. Because I've had a couple pairs of shoes. I thought they were pretty good, but man, you hit different types of pavement or tiles, and those good shoes turn into like you're walking on ice. Anyway, going to tell you a little bit about scam that was in the paper, a little bit about safety. This is the holiday season, November, December, and into January. Lots of fiestas. You got the Christmas holidays, of course, New Year's holidays, and here in Cebu City in particular, probably in various parts of other larger cities, we have lots of new people that come to town for the exact reason of snatching, of either asking for money, snatching from especially foreigners, perhaps. I still feel very safe almost anywhere I go, and when I first came here 8 years ago, there were places that I was pretty apprehensive, and I would turn around. I'm not going to go down that street, but I've become perhaps a little too comfortable, and I walk a lot of places, and people tell me, "Sir, you shouldn't be walking that in that area or such and such," and I've never had any issues. Basically, any place in the world, there are the Philippines is not listed on the top pickpocketing places, that type of thing. But you need to watch what you're doing. ABC Hotel and Homes, I think they've got some long-term rentals as well. And some of you have stayed there. I've done a video there. In fact, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I think 70% of the people watch my videos have not subscribed. I've got, I think, 1,300 videos up over 8 years, and playlists, so really appreciate that. Comments, thumbs up, that type of thing helps the algorithms. Anyway, you can see the streets here are a little bit tricky walking, especially if you're some sort of handicap trying to get around. Anyway, I asked this lady, the small town lottery, asked her for a winning ticket. She just kind of smiled. Basically, I think around the world, I remember in the USA, different cities and states got into lotteries years and years and years ago. Basically, a tax on the poor people, hoping to get rich one day. That is my opinion. Anyway, I wanted to tell you about a scam. There was a vlogger up in the Manila area, and it made the paper about a foreign vlogger who was scammed, and he's got it on tape by a tricycle driver, and he was quoted 50 pesos to take him a very short distance, and on the way to his destination, he picked up two other friends or vloggers, something like that, and when he got to the destination, the guy insisted that the fare was 550, not 50, and there was some argument that went on. The foreign vlogger called over a security agent. One thing you'll find here, it's very rare to see police, but lots of stores have their own security agents. And so he called over to security agent. The security agent said the normal fee for that trip would be 50 pesos. The guy insisted on getting at least 300. They offered him 200, and I think they ended up paying him 250. Now, one thing about this, tricycles, my experience around the Philippines, these tricycle drivers, usually they're like a bus, oftentimes, and they go down the street and they'll pick you up, flag them down, stick your hand out. They'll pick you up. They've got one fare for everybody, depending on where you're at, how far you're going. Might be 20 pesos is the minimum a lot of places. I think around Dumaguete, for instance, a lot of other places I've been, 20 pesos is a minimum. If you're going farther, then it gets to be more. But that's for each person. He's going to stop and pick up lots of other people, as many as he can along the way, and that adds up. Now, if you hire I get distracted here once in a while. If you hire a tricycle just for your own use, that driver is going to expect you to pay a lot more because he's not going to be able to pick up other people. Makes sense, right? So I don't know if that was part of the deal, part of the issue with communicating there. The fact that it was turned into a private vehicle for this group. If he was charging 50 pesos each, it would have been 150. You get what I'm saying? So just understand that. I've asked many times over the years, tricycle drivers, how much to such and such place, and they quote me a price, and they quote it thinking that I want their tricycle strictly for myself, and generally that's okay with me. It's not that much, 100, 150 to go quite a long ways, really quite a long ways, and he's not picking up other passengers along the way. On the other hand, I've seen this in Thailand too. Somebody said, don't ask for these various transportation, these little, I don't know what they call them there, forget. Don't ask what the fee is, because it's always this much. If you're in Pattaya or Phuket, ask the locals, what's the fare for these public transportation, or whatever, they're public or private, whatever, and then just pay that. But the person said, if you ask, you're going to be quoted a higher price, 100 baht instead of 30 baht, which is what the rate is. One thing I hear about a lot in the Manila area is that taxi drivers oftentimes will quote a much higher rate, and they don't want to use the meter, partly because of the bad traffic there, I suppose. But that happens a lot. People say, well, and I haven't been there, I haven't had the experience, but I very rarely get that here in the Philippines. I've got it at the where the ferries drop you off at Pier 1 a couple of times, but I insisted a couple of times I just went to a different taxi. Once I insisted that the guy, that I know what the rates are, it shouldn't cost that much. Raintree Mall here. Interesting little mall, dentists, a couple restaurants.
Dental office, a couple of dental offices, I think.
And my experience here is that if a taxi driver rolls the window down and asks you where you're going, that might be a sign that they're going to try to charge you more, and they don't want to use the meter. And that happens more often, not very often, but more often during the busy season, when like a rainy day during rush hour, or during fiestas, when there's lots of people looking for taxi, those supply and demand. And I've had them roll the window down and then just quote me a price, 250, and I know it should be probably 100 to 150. And it just depends on how big a hurry you're in. If you're in a hurry, it's up to you whether you just say, well, I'm going to wait for another one. Well, that other one might never come. If the time, like during the Sinulog Festival in January of every year here in Cebu City, millions of people in town, and probably not enough taxis a lot of times to go around. As far as travel and where you can stay and those types of things, I've heard from a number of people who have traveled different islands here recently, and we are in the high season, the high tourist season. Now, it's not close to what it was in 2019 before the government shut down all international travel and local travel. But it's higher. There are some hotels, some popular resorts that fill up fast because they are popular. They get good ratings, and travelers are going in there and booking the sites. On the other hand, there's still a number of hotels here in the Cebu City, and probably around the country, who have not even opened up yet. So there is, and there's others that still have a very high vacancy rate, and you can probably get some pretty good deals. You just need to look around a little bit, and you can look on there's various travel sites that you can go to and search for those types of things within certain price ranges, different things that you're looking for. I am not aware of any travel restrictions anywhere in the Philippines at the present time. Chowking fast food place there, and we're on Mango Avenue. Across the street to the left is Mango Square. Used to be a big entertainment area over there. About 4 years ago, I think. They made it difficult, is what I've heard. They made it difficult for the bars and such to renew their licenses, so they all moved down the street or shut down. And over on this side of the street, you've got two kind of shopping areas, commercial business areas, retail. Mango 1 and Mango 2. And you've got restaurants, you've got maybe a massage parlor or two, there used to be 3 or 4 bars over on this side of the street as well. I think they are all closed. So the place is Mango Avenue, Mango Square is changed quite a bit. The tall tower there is Horizon 101. Some of you have stayed there. 52 stories, I think. The tallest building right now outside of Metro Manila, I believe. During the Sinulog Festival, it happens pretty much the second to third week. It culminates on the third Sunday of each January. Has lots of events for a week or two, and this whole area up here, Mango Avenue, which is the official name is General Maxilome Avenue.
We're open on Sundays starting October 22nd, 2023.
And the store is going to be open on Sundays now. Anyway, this whole area, parades and what they call a solemn procession. It's a Catholic procession. Million people or so taking over the streets pretty much. They shut down certain streets, and they walk from one church probably to another church, to the big church in the downtown area. Got involved in that a couple times, took video over the years, and really quite an experience. They've got festivals, they've got talent contests, entertainment, all sorts of things going on around town. This year, as they did last year, they're going to have some of the main festivities out at SRP, what's called South Road Properties. It's about a taxi ride's about 150 to 200 pesos, $3 to $4 to get out there. Last year they said they were going to have lots of buses for everybody to take back and forth, and in the end they didn't have near enough. I think tens of thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands of people end up walking out there and walking back, which I did also.
A little bit of seating in there, not too much.
Yeah, Domino's Pizza. I've eaten a lot of Domino's and Pizza Hut in the USA, and I've eaten at Pizza Hut here a few times, not recently, but Domino's here, we've eaten there twice, had it delivered, and the first time was reasonably well. Second time we got it, even my Philippine girlfriend didn't like it. It was just super sweet sauce on it, and I don't know if we got a Filipino style, Filipino tomato sauce, pizza sauce, spaghetti sauce tends to be very, very sweet, but don't think I'll order another pizza there. Check their menu and see if they have American taste versus Filipino taste. You see the bicycle there, there's supposed to be a bicycle lane here, and they took a half of a lane, basically got 4-lane traffic here, and they took half of a lane and said it's a bike lane. Well, that other half lane isn't big enough for any car made. So basically everybody uses the bike lane, cars and trucks and buses and jeepneys and everything else, and some of the bicycles. So if you're going to be in the Philippines, most of you understand you need to fill out an e-travel site online, put in your travel information. Pretty easy to do, and you know, it shouldn't keep anybody from traveling to the Philippines. Kind of basically what you would do on paper. Previously, just fill out things about an address, and somebody got in trouble, got blacklisted here a while back. I did a video about it. Used some foul language when he was filling it out. Cubana pizza place and entertainment back down that area. The green store across the road, that used to be Fuda grocery chain, and they shut down. I'm not sure it was because of the pandemic, the government lockdowns, possibly. But now it is changed to another name, Pure Gold.
Back in that corner used to be All Star, I think, All Star Sports Club or something like that. Bamboozers. They open a little later. Got the door open, but they open a little bit later. Sisters Bar. I think it's a girly bar. Jane over there. I think it's a karaoke / girly bar. Novak's. Similar, I think. Not sure. Hello. For rent. On premises. Bar. Used to be Planet X.
I'm actually headed to Howling Dog, which is up here. Used to be El Gecko. And anyway, there used to be 3 bikini bars here. Now there's only 1. And not sure if it's the same owner. They changed the name here. Not sure what they're putting in these. They've kind of subdivided these other places. And yeah, go and see a friend. He's headed back to the U.S. He comes here for 4 or 5 months, goes back to USA for 4 or 5, 6 months, comes back here. And several of my friends do that. I've got a friend that spends time in Thailand from the U.S. He goes to Thailand, comes to the Philippines, goes back to Thailand, goes back to the USA, and he's here for probably a couple months at a time, I think. A couple months in Thailand and a few months back in the USA. And yeah, it's not unusual to move around. If you've got money to pay for those flights and you don't mind that long flight, boy, I just really hate that long flight. I might try to take some kind of a ship back next time. And going to take a couple weeks, but I guess I've got the time to do it. So anyway, across the street over there, from this big church on the left, Iglesias something or other, and back over there, they've expanded that bar quite a bit, Howling Dog, and anyway, interesting place, got seating outside, and down on the original street I was on this video, 301 Ramos Bar is very close to where I live, very convenient, good food and cold beer, so sometimes I meet friends there. Anyway, condos down there. I've done videos there before, so check out my other videos. Safe travels. See you next time.